Hey YouTube, baby girls and boys. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Austin. I just started my new YouTube channel today. This is my very first YouTube video. And I thought what better way to start my YouTube career, hopefully, than to post my coming out story on National Coming Out Day. For those of you who are coming to watch this from my Facebook page, I promised you I would make this video, so here we go. I moved to where I am now in about 4th to 5th grade, somewhere in there. And that's exactly when I started having feelings for guys as well. I also switched families because of deaths on one side of my family. And then my grandpa, who I was living with at the time, thought it was a good idea to move in with some more family that we had that lives in this city. So I moved here, and those of you who don't know, I live in Nebraska. So yeah, in about 4th to 5th grade when I moved down here, I was right away baptized into the Catholic Church. And for those of you who know, and I'm pretty sure that's all of you, Catholics' views on homosexuality is that it's evil, it's sinful. Like a lot of people say, like, love the sinner but hate the sin. You know, you can look at it any way you want, and there are a lot of Catholics out there that support homosexuality, but not so much. Like, maybe like they support the person, but they don't support the act. Like, it's weird. I don't know. So when I moved down here in about 4th to 5th grade, that's when I started really realizing I had feelings for guys, and I didn't know like how to express it. Like I would, I'm not going to tell you exactly what I would do, but like I would have fantasies about guys, and I didn't know if they were like genuine feelings or if they were just like weird, like only one time type of things. I wasn't sure. So anyway, I like middle school, high school came around, and I was starting to like tell myself, okay, you might be bisexual. Because, you know, being in the family that I was always taught that homosexuality was wrong. And, like, I even dated guys, I didn't date guys, I dated girls, plenty of them, during middle school and high school, and I always tried to convince myself that I liked girls more than I liked guys. Like, come high school, I switched from my first school to my one that I graduated from because I liked the music program there, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a music education and performance major. And I love it, and that's like the music program at my other high school, like the one that I graduated from, was really good. And so while I was there, like I got a whole different like side of things, like from parochial schools to a public school, and so like everyone was like so much more accepting and like so much more supportive and everything else. And so I started telling like a few of my friends, and they were like, okay. And like as if they knew, and like it was weird because I didn't think anybody knew or had like those assumptions, because like being the person that I was, like that I grew up, how I grew up, I never really like supported homosexual marriage, and so like after I came out to them, they were like as if they knew, they were like, okay, what's different? Like, is anything different? And I said, well, I like guys. Is that going to change anything? And they said, no, not at all. Like, we still love you for you. And so, like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, wow, this is so easy. Like, I can do this with more people. So I started coming out to more people, and then I they tried to like set me up with some guys, and none of them ever worked. and how none of that I thought would work. And so I then decided to like try to find my own relationship, someone that I thought was genuine to me. And so I met this one guy online, and he seemed like a really cool kid. Like, we just started talking, and come to find out that he was eventually him and I found out about each other that we were both instrumentalists, that we both danced, that we both had so much in common. The only difference was that he was in Texas and he played clarinet. Like, I kid you not, those were like the only two differences. First, we were like kicking for a while, and then it's a fancy little app. I can put it in the description below if you really need me to, but I'm sure all of you know what that is. And so, like, after a while, then he gave me his phone number, so then we would text and call a few times. And then we decided to Skype one night, and that Skype conversation was great. Like, it was amazing. And, him and I talked about, like, his coming out experience and everything else, and he basically said that he doesn't, like, want me to come out if I'm not comfortable, but that it would be easier if I did. And so I took that into consideration, and like, this entire time I had been wanting to come out to my parents, but I didn't know how. So and I didn't want to do it face to face, and so I figured what better way to do it than not directly post on Facebook I'm gay, but kind of like hint at it, And so I got done with my Skype conversation, and I posted on Facebook, just got done Skyping with my boyfriend, and then I tagged his name in it. And so, like, this was at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. And so I went to school the next day, and I was in show choir at my school, and if this doesn't give away what school I go to, then I don't know what does. But our closer is a tap number every year, and so that night after school, we were going to have our, like, tap choreographer come in and show us the choreography. And so I got home from school that day, and my brother told me that I was going to be in so much trouble when I got home from tap camp. And so I said, well, why? Like, what did I do? And he said, well, a bunch of people from school saw your post, and they're giving my other brother and I, like, crap. Like, they're bullying us and, like, attacking us and everything else. And so I, like, didn't know why they were attacking them, because I'm the one that's gay. I don't know, it was weird. Maybe that's, like, a thing, I don't know. I went to tap camp and had the greatest time. Like, I made sure that my friends at school knew, and they were all super supportive of it. My choreographer is like a second mom to me. I love her to death, and I have been in... She doesn't just choreograph show choir, she choreographs musicals, and she's a director too. And I've been in 3 shows with her now since I graduated high school. And it's just been amazing, and I love her to death. And so I called my parents to come pick me up, and they said, okay, we'll be on our way. So I waited and waited, because my house was roughly 15 to 20 minutes away from where I went to school. And so they got to the school, and I saw them pull up, and I thought in my head, finally, oh my goodness, I can go home now. I was tired. Like, for y'all who don't know, tapping is crap. Like, it's so much work. And so, anyway, I got in the car, and as I was approaching it, I saw both my parents in it. So I thought, oh shit, it's gonna go down right here in the car. So I got in the car and my dad threw a pile of papers on my lap, and I didn't know what it was at first. And so he said, "Austin, can you explain this to us?" And so I thought I had blocked my dad, my mom, my brothers, anybody who had like an immediate connection to my Facebook, because I don't want my family knowing about my life. Or I do, but like not my social life, because I think that'd be awkward. So I looked at it, and apparently someone in my family has a different Facebook, and it was my Facebook profile. They printed off my wall of everything, and I said, well, if it's not obvious, I'm gay. And then they went off like on this tangent about like how like it's morally wrong and evil, and how I'm never gonna talk to my partner again, and everything else, you name it, and they said it. And so I was like bawling the entire way from school to back to my house. And my mom was like, she wasn't silent, but she was like so mad that she couldn't talk. And then like as we drove up into the driveway, she said, "I wish we could just cut off his dick. That way he could like neither gender." And so like you never want to hear that from someone, like, ever. And so I bawled even harder than I've ever bawled before, and ran into my house and went into my room and cried for the rest of the day. The next few months, I pretty much did like everything around the house. Like I cleaned, I did everybody's laundry, I did everyone's dishes, you name it, and I did it. It was horrible, and I hated it. But like, I don't know. It was just really hard, and I look back on it now, and I think you're a better person now. You can be yourself, and you overcome a lot of obstacles and lots of things that popped up on your path to where you are now, and it's just been for the better. And so, since I came out, between then and now, I was in a show during the summer at our community, uh, uh, in a community theater production, and I moved out of my house then because I turned 19 last April, and so I was legally able to move out, and so I decided to, and I moved in with some friends, and they were so great. Like, they were so supportive of my entire situation, and such great friends, and I like still stay in touch with them even to this day. And so when I moved out, I couldn't stay there for long because they were still in college, and they're like more people were going to move into that house. So I stayed there for about a week and a half, roughly, and then some more friends that I knew opened up their arms to me, and so I moved in with them. And her mom and her have been like the biggest support I say I could have ever asked for. And also since this last summer, um, I've I got into a different relationship with another guy. My other boyfriend and I broke up a while ago because we thought distance was going to be a big issue, and we tried going to like a college that was close to each other, but nothing ever worked. He wanted to go to Juilliard. I'm sure he will get there someday. He's an amazing clarinet player. And I'm here in Nebraska, and I love it here. So yeah, I would like to hopefully someday move somewhere else where, gay marriage is acceptable, but we'll see. But anyway, so I'm in a relationship right now with a guy. We'll be going 5 months next week. Yeah, next week. Super excited. And he's been the greatest person I could have asked for. He's such a awesome support. Like, he's been to more of my shows than anybody has. Yeah. And he's just been there for me. He always talks to me as much as he can, and so yeah. But if there's one thing that I could like do for people that are like trying to come out or like deciding what to do, it would be to like, you know, wait until you're like in the dorms like of your freshman year or something like that. Like, your parents after your freshman or after you move into the dorms can't really do anything unless they're paying for your college tuition. In due situation, if you think they're going to react the way my parents reacted, then don't tell them. But if you think they'll be like okay with it, then, you know, by all means do it. But and if you want to come out before then, you know, all power to you. But you know, it just depends on the situation. But yeah, so I still love my parents. I love everybody around me. I'm not gonna be mad at the entire situation. I wish it could have gone differently, as do other people, but you know, everyone's coming out experience is different. Uh, so yeah, I mean, come out when you're ready and make it the best I guess you can. So I'll see you later, guys. Love you guys. Peace out. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to make more videos. Follow my Instagram and add me on Facebook, and follow my Twitter and everything else. I'll leave the social media links in the description below, so make sure you go do that. And yeah, so now I will see you later, guys. Love ya.